Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm officially getting started on Christmas projects. I am super excited about this. So in today's video, I will be sharing just some basic journaling cards, journaling spots made out of old Christmas cards. This is something that is not new to me. I've done this once or twice on my channel over the years, so just know ahead of time I will link the older videos in the description box down below where I've made journaling spots out of greeting cards. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it always has been. So I love collecting old greeting cards at the thrift store. I haven't found any in quite a while. Well, actually, since I moved to Florida, but I used to find them in Indiana all the time. So if you are someone who loves going to the thrift store, be sure to keep an eye on their paper aisle and their craft aisles, and always look for boxes of greeting cards. It is one of my favorite things to use in my journal. So today I pulled out some old Christmas cards that I liked, and I'm just going to embellish them in ways that I enjoy doing that. You can make booklets out of these. You can add paper like I'm doing here. So today I'm getting started on a little series I want to do here on my channel over the next few weeks, where I'll be sharing just simple, hopefully inspirational ideas that you can use in your Christmas journaling. I, for one, am not doing a December daily this year. I thought about it, but I just really don't even know what I would put in it. Every day of December my life just isn't going to be that interesting. It's going to be working on projects mostly and just getting life back in order still. So, yeah, I just decided that I wanted to create some simple things that I can put together quickly and use in my regular journaling if I don't do a specific journal for December. So that's my plan with the series. What are some easy things everybody pretty much already has in their stash and in their craft room? And if time is limited, you can just do something quickly with the things you already have. Don't have to spend any money to do it, because if you're like me, I have a lot of Christmas crafty things already, and I really need to use what I have and try not to purchase anything new. So that's my plan with the series. I'm posting this video today on Tuesday, but over the next few weeks, I'll be posting one of these videos on Fridays and Mondays. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. So like I said, working on this greeting card, I decided to add, there's Milo. He loves to come visit when I'm crafting. I wanted to add some coffee dyed paper, something just super simple I can write in. If you follow my channel, you know that I love masking tape. Lately, it's my favorite type of washi. So I just added a little bit of that for some added texture. And then I really want to play around with my stamps. I have a lot of older Christmas stamps. I can probably link the Tim Holtz ones that I have, the sets that I have, but most of these, they probably just aren't being made anymore. But if I can find any of them, I will link them. So here I'm pulling out some Tim Holtz Christmas ephemera that I already had purchased over the years that I just stick in my drawer with all my other things, and I'm just going to embellish this card a little bit and move on to the next one. Okay, so now I'm going to work on 2 of these fold out. I don't know how you would describe how these cards open up, but I really like the fact that when you open it from the center of the front of the card, there is artwork there in the Christmas card. So I thought these would be fun. Of course, if you're working on these cards, you don't have to add paper at all. You can simply write in the card as they are intended to do in the first place, right? But I thought I would mention I just enjoy adding the coffee dyed paper because it just adds a little something different to the greeting card itself. So just pointing that out. So here I just cut some coffee dyed paper for the back of the card, but then in the end I decided I wanted that torn look toward the bottom of my journaling spot, so I just decided to tear off the end with my little tear ruler. I like inking the edges of my paper, again something that isn't necessary, but I just like the added texture that it gives and the fact that it makes it look just a little bit older. So I'm going to run that through my sewing machine as I did here, and then I'm going to glue these down. I'm also going to embellish these with some stamps. Hold that thought. Before we do some stamping on the back of these cards, I did decide to embellish the front of them. I have a little basket of cut up doily pieces and tablecloths that I like to keep close by and handy. So I decided I just wanted to add a little bit of cut pieces to the front of these cards. I love the white snowy print and the nature theme of these greeting cards. So here you can tell that I'm trying to make my little cut doily pieces look like snowflakes. Hopefully you can tell that. And I'm going to add a few of those to this greeting card. And then I'm just playing around with some different pieces here until I ultimately decide on that beautiful little coffee dyed piece. I love that little piece. I didn't want them to look exactly the same since I'll probably be using them in the same journal unless I keep one away for next year. So I just added that little piece there at the top, and then I got out some old buttons because I do love adding buttons on top of doily. It just seems like a perfect fit, doesn't it? So I'm just playing around with different buttons here, and then I'm going to take some thin ribbon, just some cheap ribbon that you can get at any craft store or even Walmart. I think I probably bought this at Walmart at one point. I like to cut the ribbon diagonally so there's a sharp point at the front where I'm trying to feed it through the button. Sometimes if the holes are big enough, I'll use an actual needle because I can thread the needle with this ribbon. It's so thin. But here you can see I just made a point and I'm trying to get it through that way, which works. So I'm just double knotting these just to add a little bit of texture, and then I'll be gluing these buttons down. Alright, so now I decided that I wanted to add just a little bit of a journaling spot on the inside of this card, just so there's something I could write a quote or a scripture on. So I decided to cut some of these tags that I already had in my stash just to fit toward the bottom of the inside of these cards. All right, and now I'm going to do that stamping on the back of these cards. So because these feel very nature-esque to me, I really like the snow and the outside scenery. I decided to go with birds for my stamping. This is something you don't need a Christmas set for. You can see my little bird there. Those are pretty much, you can get a lot of different stamp sets. So even if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of Christmas themed stamps, you can definitely make some of your other stamps work, especially things like birds, trees, things like that. So I did have this other stamp set from Echo Park with little tiny snowflakes. I love those, even though, yeah, I'd much rather have my snow on paper projects than outside. So I decided to play around with those snowflakes a little bit. And since the whole theme of this Christmas card is snow, I thought that was a nice fit. So here I'm grabbing another bird stamp, and I'm just going to finish up the back of this one. And now we're just going to finish up with one more card. So I really like the vintage style of this greeting card. I love the scalloped edges of it. I thought it's super cute. So I'm just going to cover up the back of this greeting card again with some coffee dyed paper. Because of the scallops, I just decided to cut it a little short. I wasn't going to try to create those scallops on my coffee dyed paper. So I did decide to round the corners this time. I thought that fit the style of this card just a little better since there are rounded edges all over this greeting card. And I decided not to do anything to the inside. I can just write on the inside this time, and then I just want to cover up the information here on the back of this card and add a little bit more journaling room. So I'm just going to finish up this greeting card with some vintage style Tim Holtz ephemera, a little bit of stamping, and then I'm going to add some stickles to the front of this card just to add a little bit of extra punch. So I hope that you found this video a little inspiring, and that even if you don't have a lot of plans in the month of December or a lot of crafting time, there's still little things you can do, and there's still ways that you can play with your paper projects and craft supplies that are put away for just a short time of the year, right? It's more fun to get them out and do a little bit of something. So just a little reminder, keep an eye out for the other videos that I share in this Christmas series. And otherwise, you guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.